right, Johnny Mac, did want to ask you this. I saw a couple of posts over the weekend about the almost incident with A.J. Brown. Got to tip the cap to Jeffrey Lurie and the Philadelphia Eagles, and they've worked the work they've done for Eagles fight with autism. That they've now raised their total to over $22 million raised, which is off the charts great. Record-setting weekend, over $6 million. Congratulations to Birds and everybody who participated. It is a truly tremendous and worthy cause that they fight for on a year in, year out basis. But they almost lost their WR1 wide receiver one, AJ Brown, who is, and we talk about social media a lot here on the show because we have to, because people are so engrossed with it these days. He's recording a video to put on social media, and he said that a car blew a red light. I'll take him at his word, but he had the camera pointed at himself, not the car. He did thereafter. After the camera went down, he got a quick look at it. How tremendously bad could that have been if A.J. Brown gets hurt doing an Eagles charity event?
To the point where you got not the charity event. The charity event will continue and should continue, but yeah, you got to get the players off those bikes. I mean, let them, because it's a bike race, not a race, but a bike ride, plus a walk. You know, you got like a 5K walk. Now, I know from a player's perspective, they probably want to go the 10 miles and get it over with. But anybody who's been in South Philly, as you mentioned the video, there was a part of the video you hear somebody saying, "Man, watch out," or something of that nature, and people took that as the driver doubling down, yelling at AJ. It was actually somebody riding along. Thankfully, AJ clarified that, riding along, because I feel, bad for that driver, because there's going to be social media detectives trying to down that poor soul. Obviously I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, but look, you can get hurt anywhere. We all know that. It's a bike ride. It's not that big of a deal. But when it's under your auspices and you can control it, just have them walk. Just have them walk. Jimmy Graham just got hurt riding his bike pretty significantly as well. Doesn't play anymore, but I mean, nobody's saying shut down the autism challenge, but I am saying let the players do the walk. Don't put them on bikes in South Philadelphia on a rainy Saturday morning, because look, they're going to leave in June and they're going to do a bunch of stuff, and you can't control things. But when it is under your auspices, you can control it.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, just have them walk. Just do the walk.
See, it's funny. You're putting it more on the Eagles.
I'm
putting it more on AJ Brown. And you're right. Walking is risk. You could hit a pothole and get hurt walking. You up the risk when you get on a bike and you're riding. It's a little bit more dangerous than just walking. But here's how you cut down on the danger. Don't record it. Actually ride the bike. How about pay attention to what you're doing rather than, got to get a social media video out there for everybody to see.
But
that's what you do. You just tell your plate, listen, if you want to ride the bike because you think it'll be more fun, get in some exercise, okay, fine. We're going to ask you to ride the bike and not do anything else. I'm putting this on AJ Brown, and it's a kind of a statement about all social media. People are so caught up on it. They do foolish things. They say foolish things. They type they put foolish videos out there.
Things.
John Morant. And then you get A.J. Brown here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but in this case, the Eagles are encouraging people to raise money for the charity. And how do you do that? You go on social media. A lot of people have their own pages. You match their donations, and AJ's trying to help the charity. I can't blame but I'm not blaming the Eagles. I'm not blaming AJ. I'm not even blaming the driver because I don't know what happened. I'm saying it from the Eagles' perspective. If I'm the organization, I'm like, this is not, rural somewhere. This is South Philadelphia. It's a 10-mile bike ride, 30-mile bike ride. Anybody's been in South Philadelphia knows it's not the easiest place to ride a bike. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing it. I walk for do the 5K walk. Players maybe don't have to go as long. You want to get them out of there a little bit quicker. Everybody gets to meet them, gets to glad hand them. You can still do it without that added danger. And not that they've been doing it. This is the 6th time they've done it. This is the first time there's ever been any kind of hiccup. So it's not like it's a necessity.
To an Eagle player. Howard went down on a bike a couple of years ago.
Well, that's true too. And they can control it. That's the only reason I say it, because it's under their control. They can say, you know what? Don't worry about the bikes. We're just going to walk. That would be my advice. And nobody's asking for it, but that would be my advice.
And my advice would be the biking. Well, yeah, it's South Philly. I get it's not like they're out there driving around in a circle on a track or anything. I think it's certainly negotiable. They've only had 2 incidents. One with Howard, a little on the older side to be riding a bike, and one with AJ Brown yesterday. If he wasn't trying to tape something for social media, I'm guessing we would not have had an incident. That's where I would start. Cameras down while driving. Right before you want to put out a post, before you start pedaling, go for it. As soon as you're done, you want to put out a post, help us trade some money, do it, please. While you're actually riding the bike, no, put the camera away, AJ. That would just be my take on it. All right, Johnny Mac coming back. We have Jeff Kerr of CBSSports.com coming up. The Eagles this week, not working out. 20 of the 32 NFL teams start today with OTAs. 10 more start tomorrow with OTAs. So 30 out of 32 teams will start off-season activities this week. The Philadelphia Eagles will not. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals, the only 2 teams that aren't. And we know why the Bengals aren't doing it, because they're cheap. The Eagles don't do it because they think they've got the better way. And you can't argue with the success they had last year at 14-3 and the number of injuries if you specifically tie those 2 things together. And I think you can, not hard and fast, but I think you can draw conclusions about the time, the effort, the amount of work, the contact, and everything else. The Eagles think that they've got a better way of doing things. They've built a better mousetrap, so to speak. We'll talk about that with Jeff Kerr, upcoming season, all those things. John McMullen Jody McDonald, both here with you on Birds 365. Jeff Kerr is next.
Weather